Welcome back to my channel. My name is Pia, and today we're going to talk about one of the rules of self-love, and one of them is, it's very important, is to have a daily spiritual practice. I use the word spiritual practice, but the truth is it's got to be non-negotiable time, and preferably it should be twice a day. Definitely in the morning, before you give to your children, your job, your business. You need non-negotiable time, and this preps you for your day. It could be in the form of journaling, chanting, meditating, prayer. It could be working out, reading a devotional, yoga, whatever it is, but it's time for you to get centered. It's for you to connect to your divinity. Some people might call this grounding, but it's time for you. And what this does is it signals to the universe that you are important, that you are worthy of setting our most precious resource aside for. You are worth setting time aside, and time is our most precious resource. That's really what I was trying to say. So I don't know if that came out. I was like, anyway, so it's time to do that, because when you do that and you really engage in the process of self-love, you're going to realize that it is transformative. Self-love, when you actually do the work, it's very transformative. It gives you the courage to do the things necessary to make changes in your life, right? Because a lot of times you don't, you need to make a change and you're just feeling stuck. Self-love is the way to get unstuck. It's a little bit of work. It's a lot of work. But like I said on my last video, that the work is fun. It is definitely an enjoyable process once you start to do it, because it's an intentional practice. So what I'm going to do right now is tell the story. Tell the story of why I even do this and why I feel so compelled to even embark upon the journey of teaching self-love here on YouTube. And I started on TikTok, but I realized that I just want to do it here because this was harder. This is harder for me to do. So I'm trying to do what's tough for me, right? So, again, I've got a couple notes. So anyway, I'm about to talk about why I do this, okay? So I don't think I've ever put this on social media before, not in the depth I'm about to go. And if I have, it's been a long time. So it's kind of like, it didn't happen. So basically, I was on the tail end of a breakup, and I was devastated by this breakup. It was the first time I had allowed myself to get close to someone again after being divorced, right? I got divorced. My son was really young. He was about, by the time my divorce was finalized, he was just over a year old. So basically, it was a really tough time, and I really wasn't focused on having a relationship. I was just I was in survival mode. I was surviving, trying to raise a kid by myself and just pick up the pieces. And so what I realized in the midst of my divorce was, this was my first level of learning. My first level of learning when I got divorced was I realized that I didn't work on myself at all. The work was, I worked on the relationship. I was doing everything. I sacrificed everything to make sure that the relationship was strong, or that I was doing my part. And I overdid my part, to be honest. I overly showed up. I didn't engage my own interests. I just got lost. I guess in being married, that was the focus. I really, really lost myself to the point like I didn't even know who I was by the time it had just completely fallen apart. So I was able to pick myself up. I went back to school. I did all the things to try to try to get back strong and to be independent and everything. So I ended up moving back with my mom. And so God rest her soul. My mom was there for us when I had to start over and rebuild my life. Fast forward, I got into another relationship. I overgave again. I gave and gave and, self-sacrificed. And I guess you can say, you can call me being an empath or whatever. There's a million things that you can call, but I did not do enough work on self-preservation. I did not do the work to guard my heart like I should have. And that's all part of self-love, but I didn't know. I was just trying to figure it out. So at the end of this relationship, this one that was the thing that was the impetus for me to do this work with self-love and to make sure that I share it. This breakup made me ask God. I asked God, okay, what is it that I am doing wrong? What is it that I'm missing? I know that in the midst of my relationships, I am there. And so I want to know, what was it that I was contributing to my situation? Why was I here again? What did I do wrong again? How was I here devastated again in my early 40s, figuring out like, what did I do wrong? And so all that being said, thanks for hanging in there with that process. Like I said, I'm not editing these videos. This is just me, because if I edit, it'll never get done. I won't make these videos, and then I'll be doing the same dysfunctional stuff, which is indirectly procrastinating, right? So I asked myself, well, you know what? I asked God, the God within me, to give me the answer. What was I doing wrong with my relationships? Okay. So the answer that came to me in so many ways that it was literally feeling like I got a direct answer from the Creator, because it was like the resounding same answer everywhere I turned. It was just coming back to me. I guess you can call it mirroring, whatever, but I got it. It was that I didn't love myself. And that was hard for me to face. I was like, really? I really didn't even know what that meant. It was like, I got that message. I wasn't loving myself. I didn't know how. I didn't put me in my relationships. It was always them, right? And I allowed those relationships to validate me, to give me worth, to give me a sense of being and belonging and purpose. And I woke up to the fact that that is not it, and that is not enough. Okay? So that's how I got here. And I realized that when I woke up to the fact that I was not loving myself, and that I didn't even know where to start, and that I didn't know what it looked like, I had to figure it out for myself. And so when I started to do the work, I got confirmation or affirmation from the universe to show me that that was it, that I was onto something, and that I was getting it right. Right? It just showed up in different ways, and the love that got mirrored back to me was so not what I was used to or what I was looking for. It was just really refreshing and beautiful to see all the forms of love that were being revealed to me. And I guess since I'm on the tangent, I may as well just go with it. But I started to just contemplate the idea of self-love and like not really knowing where to start. Oh, that was hard. It's really hard because it's not what we're used to, right? And self-love is different than just being like ego-driven and, and just being so into yourself that you're like egotistical. It's not that. It's just having a healthy sense of yourself as an individual and that as an individual that you matter and that you have your own relevance that's independent of anyone else. I did not know how to love myself, and that's why I'm like, and I think a lot of us don't know. And so my job, I feel, is to give tangible tools, different guidance on how to do this thing, right? Because it's a game changer. It will give you courage to do the things that you need to do. It will just give you a new sense of where to place your boundaries and that it's okay for you to even put boundaries up, right? Like, I didn't even know that that was a thing, right? Like, that's not something I was taught either. How to put up a boundary, and that like it was a firm thing, and that it was like, it was okay to say no. Who knew? I didn't know. And I'm daring to believe that other people don't know. They don't know how to put up boundaries. They don't know how to say no. They don't know how to state their preference. They don't know how to show up or to even feel like it's okay. But this is the place where you come to get that power, to get the courage, to get the affirmation that not only are you okay, that you are awesome. You are awesome with all your faults and everything. And for you to tap into your superpower, that's what the purpose of this channel is to help you find the guidance you need, just the stuff that you need to live life and to live it more abundantly and to live it more confidently, right? Like, that's huge. So I'm going on this rant to say that life isn't perfect, but I'm hoping to show you what it is in the imperfection of life, right? To kind of turn it around with something that's simple as self-love, and that it's free, right? This isn't something that you have to get outside of yourself. This is all working from within yourself to the external. So you're going to make the internal changes so that you can affect your external circumstances, right? So it's kind of like, I guess that's what they mean by alchemizing your life. But these are simple steps. I'm telling you today to start with a spiritual practice, to start with non-negotiable time. That means no matter what, you're saying no to everything outside of your life. Like, this is for me. When you prioritize yourself enough, even if it's just 15 minutes, you know what? If you don't have 15, then you take 5. But you make it intentional, and you make it every day, twice a day. And the more you do it, you're going to eventually need it. You're going to crave it. If you don't have it, you're going to feel like something is off. And I just challenge you to, and I would like you to let me know in comments, let me know if you start to see external affirmation. I hope I'm using the right word, that you find confirmation, that you find benefits, and the benefit, or what is the word I'm looking for, that you find evidence of the work that you're doing, that you see evidence of the self-love work that you're doing. Okay, this is fun stuff. This is easy. It might not be easy in the sense of like dealing with your stuff and the emotions that come up when you actually try to love yourself. And so we're doing small doses today. It's just about setting time aside, non-negotiable time before you head out into the world. And also, if you can do it before you go to bed. Okay. So I just, bear with me just a second. No, that's it. That's it. I don't want to ruin my video right now. But basically, here it is. It's kind of, I'm so sorry for the noise, but I am not going to redo this video for the sake of I really messed it up at the end. And I feel like it's important. I wanted to reiterate this, and that is, remember that the love you receive from others does not replace your own self-love, and that you have to prioritize yourself, and that self-love first is what matters. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.